Welcome to Digital Focus, the Future Ready podcast. Formerly Retail Focus, we've rebranded to reflect what we truly love to discuss: AI, technology, and the future of everything. Hosted by Suder and Bart Mroz, each week we break down the trends, tools, and transformations shaping the digital world and what it means for you. New name, same mission. Stay curious, stay future ready. This is Digital Focus.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Digital Focus podcast. I'm your host, Suder, here as always with my co-host, Mr. Bart Mroz. Hello, Bart. How are you? As per tradition, you are legally and structurally required to tell me what your awesome thing is.
In my contract?
It's in your contract.
Best thing, last night I got to see the John Candy documentary.
Oh, you told me about that. So how was that?
It was fantastic. It is a Colin Hanks and Ryan Reynolds production.
Okay.
And Hugh Jackman was there too. So,
wow.
And John Candy's son was there. So that was fun.
You were in the shadow of greatness last night. That's fantastic.
It was.
Sounds like a good time.
It was fantastic. It comes out on Friday the 10th, which is tomorrow. Watch it. It is glorious. It will make you cry.
And what is it called? You didn't give it
I like
me. I like me too.
A little fun tidbit. If you've seen Wolverine and what's it called? How's the movie with Ryan Reynolds? Deadpool. There's a scene in it where Wolverine yells at Deadpool in a car, like a way. That's actually copying trains,
planes and automobiles.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. I love.
Ryan was all about John Candy, and there's a lot of John Candy movie stuff in the movies, and we now know this.
That's incredible. That sounds like a real fun time. That's going to be in the theaters, correct?
No, it comes out on Amazon tomorrow.
Oh, cool. All right, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. All right, my awesome thing is, as I had been under the weather the last few days with some stomach afflictions.
Everybody's sick, man.
Oh boy. So I got to spend a lot of time with me and Mr. Netflix, and I found a German series. Now I've been trying to learn German for about 12 years, but been on and off. But I found that if I watch something in the German language with subtitles, I pick it up faster. And I found this really cool series called How to Sell Drugs Online Fast. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was a documentary about the guy that got caught setting up his own drug thing. What's that guy's name? Anyway, it's not about that. It's a fictional story, tech satire. These kids in high school, they get into all kinds of trouble, and they're all tech nerds, and they wind up setting up this website called My Drugs, it was a get-rich-quick scheme, which turned out to make them a lot richer than they thought and get them in a lot more trouble than they thought. And it's like you got the main nerd, the sub-nerd, and then the handsome nerd. And they get into all kinds of hijinks. There's 4 series. You got the girlfriend who's the ex-girlfriend. It's got something for everybody. It's good looking show. Whoever put this together really understands like how interfaces in social media works, because when people are texting and things, you can tell it's not an old man trying to put it together. It's someone who understands how kids speak and how interfaces look, and then there's a lot of parody sequences in there, like fantasy sequences. Just really well done. It's called How to Sell Drugs Online Fast.
Yeah.
Very cool. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
All right. So let's begin the show. Our first story, we're going to talk about ChatGPT. OpenAI had their Dev Day in San Francisco on Monday on the 6th. So Dev Day 2025 marks a huge pivot on how we'll interact with AI going forward. So here's the biggest ways Dev Days is going to set a course for AI interaction models. First, and this was the biggest news, ChatGPT is an app platform. Now, they had GPTs built into ChatGPT before, but it didn't quite take off. So they're kind of rebooting that. It's morphing into more of an AI OS. With the new app SDK, you'll launch, use, and switch between apps. Think like Canva, Zillow, or any custom tool inside a single AI conversation instead of going to the GPTs, which were on the side. And I think it was as a UI thing. You can chat, stream in real results, real-time dashboards, and custom workflows. No separate logins, tabs, or clunky integrations. I thought that was really cool. Then they have a thing called Rise of AI Agents. Agent Kit and the Agent SDK turn AI into an action taker rather than just a question answerer. Agents can launch tasks, automate multi-step processes, route results between apps, and even ask for human feedback when needed. In the future, you'll tell your AI to handle my mortgage shopping or organize my podcast interviews. Yeah, I'll do that. And it'll do the legwork, checking for approvals. Seamless multimodal interactions. Sora 2, which I have played with. I gave Bart an invite. I don't know if you played with it yet, but I've created some good Bob Ross videos. Sora 2 and the new New voice models mean you can switch from text to voice to video instantly. ChatGPT will respond with visuals, generate custom video clips, or hold fluid phone-like conversations much faster and cheaper than before. Multimodal AI isn't a separate app. It's native now to every experience. Personalization and workflows. With fine-tuning, app streaming, and new API endpoints, AIs interact more like digital assistants who remember your preferences, manage data across apps, and automate things in the background. The model adapts as you use it, blurring the line between AI tool and AI teammate. And developers as distributors. Anyone, coder or not, can now build and publish apps and agents instantly available in ChatGPT. I don't know if this is good news or bad news. This changes the game from waiting for a big SaaS release to grab it in ChatGPT right now. It democratizes what AI can do and who can launch useful tools. Bottom line, the old one AI, one function world is over. Dev Days upgrades turn ChatGPT into a control hub for work, creativity, and automation. Interactions will be woven in between apps, voice agents, and user intent, and most importantly, will be accessible to people who never thought they could build with AI. Get ready for an AI that acts, remembers, creates, and connects all in one flow. The future of AI interaction is hands-on, multimodal, and built around you, Bart.
Yeah. I haven't played with it. I did play it in ChatGPT. They're just doing bigger integrations than that, like getting access to everything, right? Like that's the workflow now.
I'm excited about the app thing. I think that's pretty cool.
I'm excited for that. That's kind of cool. The Spotify, like I saw the Spotify thing, like I don't set my stuff.
What was the Spotify thing? I didn't see all a whole list of features.
Well, there's only a few apps right now. So like Canva, Figma, Spotify is
Zillow. Zillow.
There's a Zillow thing in there. But that makes sense. Like a lot of that just getting access to a better integration than just API type things, right? That's kind of like, and to me, at least to me right now, any app that's like, to me, that's more of like a official app and not just a ChatGPT type somebody built, right?
Right. Like you had those GPTs that were like logo builder and it was,
I mean, that's fine, but like it's the official apps to have that.
Yes, exactly.
Getting the APIs this way and this way. Like there's a lot more. I think there's going to be a lot of oomph. And I think there's the API apps are probably going to be better in those kind of apps. And I don't know, it feels like a good play. And the more you play lately with ChatGPT, the more it's useful. Like I started really getting into it and pushing it. It's been fun. Like, I don't know.
Because it knows you.
Working for everything.
Because it knows you.
Yeah. And then like, you know how you can kind of add things to it and how you do that. And it's getting good. I know people use it a lot more sophisticated than I would right now, but even for a regular person, it's starting to get really good.
Yeah. I'm sort of on the, I'm not a top tier user. I'm a mid-tier explorer. I guess you'd call me. I get the explorer badge, a little badge on my sweatshirt here. I could probably use it for a lot more. I guess my brain's a little too scattered, but for the things that I've put it to use for, I told you last Monday I had an adulting day and spent the morning with ChatGPT trying to work out some things. It's really remarkable, the things that it can do. And I think the plus, again, as I said, is that it kind of remembers you. So it says, it was giving me some advice about something. It's like, well, remember when you did that thing? I'm like, damn, he's right. You know? But yeah, the developers are really going to jump on this. Here is a great stat for you.
Oh boy.
OpenAI now has 4 million developers on the platform with a wild 6 billion tokens processed every minute, doubling the numbers since 2023.
Wow.
So the gold rush for apps on ChatGPT begin. We'll see what happens. Now, how does this All right, I'm going to act a dummy here. How does this work with other AI platforms like Claude or Perplexity? Like you could just build it and deploy it, so then it's platform dependent, of course. But if you try to do the same things over these other platforms, it's not going to work, right?
No, it will. I mean, it depends how they're structuring that. I guess they made a deal with OpenAI, but like you think about it, it's just an API. You're plugging it into different AIs.
Right. Right.
I mean, here's the thing. When it comes to the biggies, Anthropic, OpenAI, I guess Microsoft's, right? They're all about the same thing, right? It's just a layer of some of their magic, right? Perplexity doesn't count really because they use them everybody else's in reality, or they're using a little bit of theirs. But any one of they are, at some point, it's a general LLM. It's not, singular. So the reason I started using OpenAI in reality because Mac has a built-in. It's that I love Perplexity. I love doing Anthropic, but it's built in.
Right.
So it's just a part of your system.
Yeah, I'm in Comet all day long. I don't even use the Perplexity app anymore because Comet does everything that the app used to do. So,
I have OpenAI on everything right now. The only one I'm playing with a little bit more too is Grok, because the car has it.
Oh, okay. Because I try to stay away from all things Elmo, but I get
I mean, it's now on a Tesla. It is. I would say for me, it's fun when I had my kid in a car.
Sure.
To have that kid creation mode, like
right. You showed me a couple of those things. They were pretty cool.
Yeah, and he loves it. We were driving on Monday to school, and we're like, it's gonna be so amusing. We were talking about it. I was like, hey, like, make up the story, and he loved it. He was like, oh, it's this and this, or this and this. Like for that specific, like at least for me, for that specific thing, it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. All right, we'll close this one up. The Dev Day was less about the shock and awe, more about the maturing the app and aging ecosystem for everyone. It was less moonshots, more, what comes next. They're trying to make ChatGPT. Boy, I really have a problem saying ChatGPT. OpenAI is pushing to make ChatGPT your one-stop shop for apps and automation. So I'm wondering what this is going to do for app stores and things like that. This is really interesting. I'm really going to keep an eye on this one. And then Sam Altman closed the show with a fireside chat with Apple legend Johnny Ive, focusing on design and responsible tech in the new age of AI.
Oh, I didn't see that. How did that go?
Didn't see it. I have a link here. I have the opening keynote. I have a link for the opening keynote, but I don't have the whole thing. So
it goes to our billing stuff. So
yeah, but he's not showing his hand yet. But the rumor is it's just a voice. It's just a voice device, the thing they're building.
That's okay. I mean, I think the voice device is good. Like I have one, and I think there's so many failed ones out there. I think the one person that actually can build it, and
there really is,
will be Johnny.
Right. Someone who's going to build it properly.
Right.
All right, we'll go to the next story. Netflix wants you to fix their AI. Netflix is paying top dollar to fix and supercharge AI. This month, Netflix made headlines by offering salaries of up to $700,000 and even $840,000 for gaming roles for AI experts, fully remote. I could do that on my couch. They're hiring generative AI product managers, heads of AI for gaming, and infrastructure engineers to lead their productivity assistant team in gaming studio Overhaul. Netflix wants someone to shape and execute the roadmap for generative AI solutions designed to enhance productivity across Netflix, end quote. That means building better tools for the 13,000 employees, not just fixing recommendation algorithms, but optimizing workflows and integrating AI into everything from team chats to scheduling and creative work. The hires are part of a bigger play. Netflix is embedding Gen AI and LLMs across its entire business, from personalized recommendations to content production, visual effects, localization, and now game design. The head of Gen AI for gaming will invent entirely new gaming experiences with AI native features. So why the crazy paychecks? Well, Netflix has to match the Silicon Valley giants' own salary to lure top talent. They want experts who can lead big change management efforts, collaborate closely with engineering and ethics teams, and really move the needle where previous efforts may have stalled. Candidates need deep know-how in training, fine-tuning, and scaling AI solutions for enterprise use. So the bottom line, Netflix isn't just hiring for consumer-facing AI fixes. They're racing to fix process bottlenecks, streamline operations, and redefine what entertainment platforms can do with AI, betting that internal productivity and gaming innovation are where the next big wins will happen. I kind of agree with this, and we've said infinitum since starting this podcast that too many companies say now powered with AI, and they slap a little sticker on there and say, "Oh, look, we got AI." These guys are saying we are going to make this part of our culture, and we're going to spend the money to make it a part of our processes, our systems, and our consumer-facing products. And I think this is the proper way to go about and implementing AI for your company. What do you think, Bart?
I mean, it's people, process, technology in that order, period. End of story. That is it. There's no other way.
Because we've seen.
And I think that most people go that like, it's a shiny object syndrome. We've always seen this. We've seen it all over the place. They're like, oh, the new technology is going to save us money. Well, it's not.
Remember when Ajax came out?
Yes. That's
I remember sitting in my basement downstairs, and you're like, look at this thing called Ajax. I'm like, whoa. I'm still
to the box.
And I'm trying to still figure out Flash. This is like, early 2000s.
Hey,
yes, we're
part of it. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm going to save it. Oh, it's not. If people are not going to adopt it, you don't have the digital transformation is the same. Like it's the same thing. Like you have to, it's people, process, technology. Technology is the end.
Yeah.
It's a tool. It's what you use for. Throwing AI things, any startup throwing AI is like any startup, we're now NFT or we're whatever. We're literally every single freaking way of doing things.
Where do you keep your gorillas, your NFT gorillas?
No,
I remember designing a whole
Friday podcast. I literally was going to go into a direction.
You know what? I designed a whole set of things I was going to make into NFTs, and then I just went, I think this is bullshit.
Well, I mean, here's it. NFT, there's
a utility for it, but
what people took it is AI is the same. There's utilities for it. There's technology for it. There's reasons to use it. But you can't just go slap a sticker. It's going to save us money. It's going to like, perfect example was there, what's it called? What's the consulting, one of the big five just got in trouble.
Deloitte, they had to give $400,000 back on a report.
Yeah, because they ran out of AI. It's like, no, you literally, because AI made stuff up and you didn't check it and you didn't do anything. Yes, humans have that problem, but they use other things. And it's like,
that's the other problem that we've frequently discussed is that you slap AI on top of something and then the humans are spending more time checking the AI's work than actually doing any quality work, which
correct. And what these guys are looking at is, to me, it's more of like, you also have to have a buy-in from people.
Yeah.
So your digital transformation things were the same thing. You have to have a buy-in from people and teach people.
Your stakeholders, your employees, your customers, everybody's got to be kumbaya on that.
Correct. And then that's people. Process comes in, like, let's figure out the process, what that is, and work with humans.
Yeah.
And then let's make it efficient with technology.
Yeah, a lot of companies really haven't thought that out, have they?
Nope.
All right, getting back to Netflix, they already developed one system. They developed a tool. Let's see. It's one tool, Universal Search, reclaimed 416 hours per employee annually. See, that is AI productivity. I like that. So if you're looking for a job, apply at Netflix. The salary, the low salaries are $240K. I don't know if you want to apply for that pittance. But fully remote, no RTO mandate. Big bet for Netflix. I hope everything goes smooth as silk.
Yeah.
All right, Bart. This next story is for you. You're an old Windows guy, right?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. All right. It's an end of an era and your grandma's laptop. So it's official. Microsoft is pulling the plug on Windows 10 next October. That's right. The operating system that's been running everything from your office PC to your aunt's embroidery machine is finally getting its pink slip. Microsoft says it's time to upgrade, which is corporate speak for buy a new computer or we'll let the hackers in. Because without security updates, your faithful old Dell becomes a digital piñata for for ransomware. Of course, they'll still sell you extended security updates for a price. Think of it as Windows' version of life support. Pay a subscription to keep your outdated OS breathing a little longer while you swear you'll migrate to Windows 11 next weekend. Meanwhile, millions of people, especially in the UK, are about to learn their perfectly fine laptop from 2016 isn't compatible with their new system. Surprise! Planned obsolescence is alive and well and apparently downloading patches in the background. So pour one out for Windows 10, the system that gave us dark mode, tiles nobody used, and more forced restarts than we can count. Goodbye, old friend. Your blue screen ruined us more times than we deserve, but we'll miss you anyway. Ding dong dong dong.
That's not it. So
let's start up.
I think something like that. I don't remember. It's been a minute. I was trying to look out when Windows 3 came out, and it was 1990.
What? No.
Yeah. So we've been using Windows forever. So I've been using Windows for that long. I was a Windows guy, network guy, did all that stuff. I have not used Windows except where I have to look at fix my mom's computer for almost 20 years now.
Really? I'd say mine is about the same. I've always been a Mac guy. I learned how to code in Apple II when I was in school. So my Apple history goes way back. When I got my first design job, that's when the Mac Plus came out. That's how long I've been in the game. And we got the original laser printers and Mac Plus, and we didn't look back from then. And I've been doing design on Macintosh computers longer than most of you kids have been alive. Fast forward, we started making websites at the corporation that I was at, and I needed to have a PC next to my desk to test things. I would build things that I would have to test them. So that's how I got to learn Windows. It was not always an enjoyable experience, but let me tell you, that machine that I had on my desk was the best MP3 downloader that I've ever owned. I had probably every live Dave Matthews and Fish show ever recorded up until the year 2000. So
nice. Yeah. I've been in it for a really long time. Yeah, I switched about 20 years ago. I never looked back, and I don't know how to use a Windows PC anymore, which is kind of hilarious. But same vein, remember on the Mac, you used to have to buy the OS too. Remember that?
Yep. Buy the discs. Yeah.
And then eventually I don't remember when they switched to free. It was a moment that they did it.
It was not 10. That's a really good trivia question. Keep going.
Because they went to free and then I'm like, now Mac has the advantage of being hardware and software, so they can do it. Problem with Windows is there's so many different hardwares you kind of
Mavericks.
Yeah. And then Windows became free too at some point,
right,
to update. The problem is, Windows has so many different hardwares you can put it on the hardware, right? And people use it. It's interesting. They made all their money on licensing.
Right. Right. It was never on hardware because they just.
No, they made it on the software and the licensing, whereas Mac made it on other things and they got into it really well. So free upgrades was a good thing. It's kind of interesting the era of Windows. I don't know how to use Windows anymore. I think it's too glossy and funky, and there's stuff that I can't find half the time.
There's too much fluff.
There's something about Windows and an iPhone and stuff like that. It's the same with Android or not. I don't want customized stuff anymore. I used to. That's not my thing anymore.
Amen, brother. Yep.
That. You know what I mean? I just want it to.
Yep. So you're not going to buy my ringtones?
Oh my God. Remember we had to buy them for $1 or whatever that is?
I knew guys that made such bank off of selling ringtones. Oh my God.
Back in the, now everybody's just don't turn that ringtone off.
Well, my phone my iPhone, I don't even know what it sounds like when it rings. It never rings.
It's the old school thing.
My phone never rings. I mean, nobody calls me, but it never rings.
Who calls you?
And calls. Yeah. What are you old? What are you calling me on the phone? I don't even know how to use the phone. All right. So that's it for Windows 10. End of an era. Pour one out for the old Windows 10. All right, we're going to close it up. That's it for this week. We hope you learned something, but if not, at least you wasted some time. We'll be back next week with more questionable advice and unsolicited opinions. If you'd enjoyed this episode, please rate, review, and subscribe. If you prefer the video experience, you can check out our YouTube channel. And lastly, check us out on the socials. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and sign up for our newsletter where you get extended show recaps and behind-the-scenes info on the show. Links are in the show notes. Apologies to anybody who is reading the newsletter. I sent the last one out pretty late because I was under the weather. I was really sick. I didn't get out of bed for 3 days. So yeah, last Friday's newsletter didn't go out until I think, what's today? Tuesday or Wednesday. It happens. All right. Anyway, links are in the show notes. Sign up for our newsletter. Bart, closing thoughts.
Go Phils, go Eagles, and go Flyers.
Yeah. For our international audience, we have 3 big sports games all at once tonight. Our Phillies at 6 p.m., the Flyers at 7 p.m., and the Philadelphia Eagles at 8:30 p.m. So it's quite the sports day. So if you don't like sports in Philadelphia, go to bed early.
Oh, it's all late. Yeah, it's everything at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Going to be quite a day. All right, we'll see you on the internet next week. Until next time, may your internet be fast, your video calls be clear, and your mute button always work when you need it most. Peace.
Bye.
Peace, everybody.
What do you do now,